right, thank you very much, Todd. Let's bring in Florida Republican Congressman Byron Donalds. Congressman, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Okay, so it's the morning after. The president has been impeached a second time. This is historic. And I'm looking at the Republican Party, and because 10 Republicans broke ranks and voted with the Democrats, a lot of the rank and file Republicans are steamed at them. How does the Republican Party pick themselves up, dust themselves off, and go forward?
Well, listen, I got to tell you, I'm disappointed in my colleagues that decided to go with this snap impeachment like it's being called. The process was atrocious. Frankly, there was no process. What you had was a bunch of members in the Capitol. I mean, we're all upset about what happened on January 6th. There's no doubt about that. But this was a snap rush to judgment. There was no process. There was no ability. For members of my conference to go along with this, I thought it was just wrong, flat out wrong. They should not have done it. I don't care what happened in the Capitol. It was wrong. It was a stand against our country. But you don't do something like this. You don't have these rush snap impeachment procedures. It was wrong. It should have never happened. There should have been an opportunity for the president to defend himself. He was given no such opportunity.
Congressman, so in other words, had it happened a couple of months ago where there would have been more time, then it would have been okay to have the impeachment?
If Democrats wanted to bring those articles, if they could provide evidence, and this is the key thing, they have to bring evidence. See, in our system of justice, in our system of here in the United States, there has to be an opportunity for the accused to actually bring his side of the argument, to prove to people that what he's being accused of is not true, is not accurate. If Democrats who have control in the House of Representatives want to bring articles of impeachment, that's something that they would do. They did it with the phone call, and that was baseless and ridiculous as well. So we've already seen that the Democrats are using impeachment as a political tool, as a political weapon, not something that is really about high crimes and misdemeanors, and the same thing occurred here.
Here is a montage of Democrats making impeachment about race. Listen to this.
On January 6th, Donald Trump incited his white nationalist supporters to initiate an attempted coup against the heart of our democracy.
Racism played a direct role in this incitement. The president's violent rhetoric is always at its most fevered pitch when he is talking about the civil rights and civic aspirations of Black Americans and other minority communities.
President Trump spent his presidency inflaming hate, white supremacy, anti-Semitism, and violence. We proudly speak truth to power, even in the face of a racist in chief.
Root out white supremacy, starting with impeaching the white supremacist in chief.
Congressman, what's your reaction?
I thought the language was outrageous. I thought it was awful. First of all, Joe Biden is a white man. You know, for America, they need to understand this. The president-elect is a white man himself. So I don't even understand where this whole line is coming from about white supremacy and so on and so forth. The second thing is this, is that you had Black Americans and you had Hispanic Americans who voted for Donald Trump, who support Donald Trump as well. So I think that this line is something the left always does. They always try to bring race into something in order to weaponize their arguments, to make people just frankly be quiet, to shut up and to sit down. But it was wrong, flat out wrong for the members on the other side of the aisle to use that. What happened in the Capitol last week was wrong. It was a tragedy for our country. It was, in some respects, yes, an insurrection. But to use white supremacy in this language is also equally as wrong. And it's time that we as elected officials start using all of our languages, holding ourselves accountable for the words that we're using here in the United States.
Congressman, it was Facebook and Twitter in which these insurrectionists, these radicals got into that building. That's how they communicated. That's how they plotted and planned. Why is Parler paying the price?
Oh, because the left is, what they're doing right now is they're using, frankly, fascist policies to silence the right. That's exactly what's happening. Look, when the Ayatollah Khomeini can have a tweet go out calling for the genocide of Israel and Twitter doesn't flag it and take it down, that just shows you where Twitter standards are. They have no standards. Their standards are basically what they feel politically. So that's for Jack over at Twitter or anybody else. It's very, very clear that if you have dissenting political speech from the conservative side of the aisle, from the right, quote unquote, in America, you are supposed to be quiet. You are supposed to be removed from the public square. But the left can foment riots. They can do just about anything they want, and there's no repercussions.
Well, please don't be quiet. Please keep speaking out.
Absolutely. You can count on it.
All right, Congressman Byron Donalds joining us from beautiful Fort Myers in Florida. Sir, thank you very much.